This void governs the entire universe, a concept that both fascinates and humbles us. Imagine for a moment everything you know. The stars scattered across the night sky, the swirling galaxies, the planets in their orbits, even the atoms that make up your very body. All of it exists within a vast and mysterious tapestry, one in which emptiness is not just a backdrop, but an active, governing force. For centuries, humanity has looked up at the stars and wondered about the nature of the cosmos. Early thinkers imagined the universe as a grand stage, filled with objects and light, while the spaces in between were simply empty, nothing of consequence. But as our understanding deepened, this notion began to change. The void, it turns out, is not a featureless absence, but the very fabric that holds everything together. In physics, this void is often referred to as the vacuum of space. At first glance, a vacuum might seem like pure nothingness, a place devoid of matter and energy. But quantum mechanics reveals a far stranger truth. Even in the emptiest reaches of space, the vacuum seethes with activity, governed by the fundamental laws of nature. Tiny fluctuations, known as quantum fluctuations, cause particles and antiparticles to blink into existence for the briefest of moments before annihilating each other. This restless dance is not random chaos, it is structured, governed by the principles that underlie reality itself. These quantum fluctuations have profound implications. They give rise to phenomena such as the Casimir effect, where two uncharged plates placed close together in a vacuum experience a mysterious force pulling them together. This force is not caused by anything we can see or touch, but by the very nature of the void itself. The empty space between the plates is not truly empty, but filled with the energy of the vacuum. Beyond the quantum realm, the void shapes the universe on cosmic scales. The expansion of the universe, the movement of galaxies, and the very fate of all that exists are determined by the interplay between matter, energy, and the vast stretches of empty space. Dark energy, a mysterious force that permeates the void, is driving the accelerated expansion of the universe. We do not yet fully understand what dark energy is, but its effects are undeniable. It is as if the void itself possesses a hidden power, subtly but inexorably altering the course of cosmic history. The void also governs through the laws of gravity, as described by Einstein's theory of general relativity. According to Einstein, space and time are not passive stages upon which events unfold, but dynamic entities that bend and stretch in response to the presence of mass and energy. Gravity is not a force that acts through empty space, but a curvature of the void itself. Massive objects like stars and planets warp the fabric of space-time, creating the force we experience as gravity. In this way, the void is not empty at all. It is a living, breathing entity, shaping and being shaped by everything within it. On the largest scales, the structure of the universe is defined by vast voids, immense regions almost entirely devoid of galaxies. These cosmic voids are not mere gaps between clusters of matter. They are the dominant feature of the universe's architecture. The galaxies and clusters of galaxies are strung along filaments, forming a web-like pattern, while the voids stretch for hundreds of millions of light years, silent and dark. Yet even here, in these seeming deserts of existence, the void exerts its influence, guiding the flow of matter and energy, shaping the evolution of galaxies, and determining the fate of cosmic structures. The philosophical implications are profound. For much of human history, we have sought meaning in what is tangible, the things we can see, touch, and measure. But the void reminds us that what is unseen can be just as powerful, just as essential. The emptiness between things is not a mere absence. It is an active participant in the drama of existence. It governs the rules by which everything else plays. Even in our daily lives, the concept of the void has relevance. The atoms that make up our bodies are mostly empty space, with tiny nuclei separated by vast stretches relative to their size. The solidity we perceive is an illusion, a result of electromagnetic forces and the quantum nature of matter. In a very real sense, we are creatures of the void, shaped by forces that operate in the spaces between. Artists and poets have long been inspired by the idea of emptiness, of silence, of space, of the pause between notes in a melody or the blank canvas waiting to be filled. In the universe, as in art, the void is not merely a background, but a source of possibility. It is the stage upon which creation unfolds, the wellspring from which all things arise. The void also challenges us to rethink our place in the cosmos. Far from being the center of everything, we find ourselves adrift in a vast, dark ocean, on a small planet orbiting a typical star, in a galaxy that is one among billions. Yet, it is in this very emptiness that we find meaning. The void gives us room to grow, to explore, to wonder. It is the canvas upon which the universe paints its story, and we, for a brief moment, are part of that grand design. So, when we say that the void governs the entire universe, we acknowledge a truth that transcends the boundaries of science and philosophy. The emptiness is not something to be feared or ignored, but something to be embraced, a source of mystery, power, and possibility. It is the silent ruler, the invisible hand that shapes reality itself. As we continue to explore the universe, both outward into the depths of space and inward into the heart of matter, we will no doubt uncover new secrets about the void. But for now, we can marvel at its paradoxical nature, a nothingness that is, in fact, everything. The void governs the universe, and in doing so, invites us to seek understanding, to find beauty in the unseen, and to recognize our own place within the boundless tapestry of existence.